good.
16th of July, Rabbi Levitt, Horeb.
Okay, great. Well, Baruch Hashem.
Also tough on the rebirth of your internet.
Okay, yeah. It's not listed under our name, but okay, doesn't matter. It's working.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Alan.
I had it all set up as soon as time it came on. I set up early. I always do that.
Yeah, you came in quick today.
Well, I set it up, this automatic notification once I set it up.
Great. You're getting to be
Okay.
computer maven.
How's everybody doing today? Okay.
Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem.
My daughter's back in the hospital, unfortunately.
Oh, before Shlema.
She got another fever.
Hey.
So, Rachel Miriam Shoshana Bas Yehudis Leah.
What were all those names?
Rachel, Miriam, Shoshana.
Miriam, Shoshana,
Bas Yehudis Leah.
Yehudis Leah. Okay. Rachel, Miriam, Shoshana, Bas Yehudis Leah. Refuah Shlema, Mina Shamayim.
Amen.
Ezrat Hashem. Refuah Nefesh, Refuah Haguf. Sok Shar Cholei Yisrael. Okay. So we are up to 259. Section 259. We're talking about Rosh Chodesh. Yesterday we did all the calculations of the Chodesh, and now we're getting into, we'll see what we're getting into here. 259. So, who wants to start off the reading today?
259. I'm ready.
259. Alan is the taker.
Now, as the month is thus the circle of time which embraces the whole functioning of the moon, and with it the consequent ability of the earth to engender life with the help of the light and the heat of the sun, so is the beginning of each month, Rosh Chodesh, appointed for the tranquil examination and sanctification of self by man in his life on earth. His examination of self-tests his relationship to the sanctities of the Torah, by which Hashem dispenses to him the effulgence of the spirit and the pulsating warmth of the heat of the heart, and whether indeed he can still proffer himself as pure and susceptible to them. His sanctification of self rids him of the unreceptiveness which his past life had brought him, and which has stood as an obstacle between him and striving to know the divine. Is the insensibility which selfishness and the animal and man has bred for him in their path. That's some mouthful, this paragraph.
Yeah. Yeah, what does this word mean? Effulgence. I don't think I ever saw that word before.
No.
So what is he saying over here? What is all this? The month of the circle of time.
And don't forget the pulsating warmth of the heart.
Look at the consequent ability of earth to engender life. The help of the light and the heat of the sun. beginning of each month, Rosh Chodesh, appointed for tranquil examination and sanctification.
Effulgence means the ability to shine brightly.
Oh, okay. Shine brightly. Very good. So he is undergoing an examination of himself, examines himself and his relationship to Torah and to Hashem. Hashem dispenses to him the shining of the spirit and the warmth of the heart, whether indeed he can still proffer himself as pure and susceptible to them. But there's a question whether he's pure and susceptible to the sanctities of the Torah and sanctification of self rids him of the. Oh, somebody's calling me. Let's see. No, it's not a number that I want to answer. Okay. Sanctification of his self rids him of the unreceptiveness of which his past life has brought him. He stood as an obstacle between him and striving to know the divine. The insensibility which selfishness and the animal in man breed for him in their path. Okay, so Bekitzer seems to be saying that every Rosh Chodesh we have we take the opportunity to undergo a bit of examination and see what exactly is the examination that we. I suppose what he means is that to rededicate ourselves to see how to our purpose and to striving to know Hashem and take account of all the different things that may have made us insensitive to that striving and make an obstacle between us and this striving. And fine, let's go weiter. Okay, so we're still actually in this long paragraph. So we go to Meir to continue, but as the day of the new moon.
Okay. But as the day of the new moon is itself especially characterized as a day for the composing of one's inner self before God, God has particularly appointed it for us as a day which invites us to Him and to a regeneration of ourselves before Him.
Did you ever think about that? What the new moon does for us?
As the day of the new moon.
Wow.
Oh, in other words, that's what's happening with the moon, so to speak. It's like it's a rebirth of the new moon. That we got to for what the moon has been out of sight for a few days, and now we're witnessing the reappearance of the moon. So it's like it's a time for regeneration and getting back on the circle of time and our everything that we got to do. So we take that message from the moon every month. And this is probably why we have Yom Kippur Katan on Erev Rosh Chodesh. Various communities do that. And so that's the idea. Okay. Oh, so that was too short of a paragraph.
Okay, then I'll continue.
Get a second one.
Uh-huh. Okay. When we were about to go out of Egyptian slavery to become free people serving God alone, God summoned our leaders sent by him, Moshe and Aaron, showed them the strip of light of the new moon and said, "Hachodesh hazeh lachem rosh chadashim." Literally, this new moon shall be for you the beginning of the renewal of things. According to the teaching of our sages, Dugma Shalachem, it shall be your guide, leading you ever to turn towards your God and his Torah, your light. The light of the reawakening moon shall inspire you to rejuvenate yourself to a new purity and a new joy from out of every darkening of your life, which sin and suffering bring in their wake. Therefore, strive ever and anon for this rejuvenation. I don't know what that word means.
Anon means like ever and ever.
Oh, okay. And forever. Oh, okay. It is assuredly yours, as was a deliverance from the Egyptian night. It is always yours if you answer the call of the new moon with its new light.
Wow.
So ironically, though, the new moon, as far as I could tell, is supposedly has no light. It's only as the Chodesh continues on does it start showing the light of the moon.
Oh, so really, you mean on Rosh Chodesh itself, we don't see any moon? We don't actually see any moon.
When I walk home from shul on a Rosh
Yeah.
Chodesh night, it's true, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, and so in other words, we make the Kiddush Levana when we first see the new moon. There's different customs. Some wait for the Shulchan Aruch waits for a week before making. According to the Vilna Gaon, you go after 3 days, and at that point you could see something of the moon.
Right.
You're supposed to take a look and make sure that you see actually something of the moon and it's not obstructed by clouds before you start your recitation of the Kiddush Levana.
Right.
So that's interesting because the way that they used to do it in before we had a calendar, it sounds like they would not declare the new moon and the new month until they had witnesses come and testify that somebody saw they saw the new moon.
Well,
So that sounds they only declared the new moon once they saw it.
Maybe.
So why do we not do like that?
Well,
This
that's
is
a good question.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, he spoke before. Yesterday we read this. He defined what's called a molad.
Right.
Where did he discuss that? One of these long. There it is on 254, section 254. the moment when the sun, the moon, and the earth are in such a position that in fact the whole of the unilluminated surface is turned towards us. That is called the molad. It's the moment when the moon is reborn for us. Because with every succeeding fraction of time, the illuminated surface comes near and near to us. For this reason, the molad always precedes the day upon which the moon first becomes discernible again, namely Rosh Chodesh. Sun, the moon, and the earth. Well, that's the reason why we can't see the moon at that time is because something's blocking it, right? What's
Right.
Well, the earth is between the sun and the moon.
the earth is
So
between the
earth must
sun.
be positioned so that you can't see the moon. In other words, the rays, the earth blocks the rays of the sun to prevent us from seeing the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess as the month goes on, the Earth's position must slightly change to permit, the rays to start reflecting off the moon.
Oh. I mean, the only reason that we see the moon is because it's reflecting the light rays of the sun. It doesn't give off any light. The light that the reason that we could see it is not because of the light that the moon itself is giving off.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think the moon can give off light.
That's the whole idea of the moon. The moon is reflects the light of the sun.
Right.
So when the sun is so that's what he's saying. The unilluminated part of the moon is now facing towards us. That's the molad. Because the moon is what do you call it? It's going around the earth, but it's also revolving.
Right.
Wow. How many times how many revolutions does it make in one trip around the earth?
One.
Just one.
Yeah, that's why we never see the dark side.
So the only time that we can't see the moon is right at the time that it's beginning its new revolution around the earth.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, so did we end up resolving our question though?
Yeah, the new moon I'm sorry, Rosh Chodesh is not the time of the Molad. It's after the Molad. It's the next time you can actually see a very tiny sliver of the moon,
So
like they testified.
so therefore, maybe okay, so then according to this, we're according to this, we're saying that it's at least at some point on Rosh Chodesh, we should be able to see some of the moon.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll be looking next month, Blinetter. Because in other words, it seems like what it seems to us that we're not able to see it until it's a few days into Rosh Chodesh. But according to what you're saying now, if we would look up in the sky on Rosh Chodesh, we could see it. Unless it's only it's because of the beginning of Rosh Chodesh is night. It's the only time that we could see the moon at night, and then at that point you still can't see it.
Right.
During the
Depends on when the Molad is exactly.
okay.
I don't know how long after the Molad you have to wait till you can see the first sliver. I don't know if it's a matter of hours or days.
Okay. So maybe it's just that we're not in the habit of looking at the moon until we need to make the Kiddush Levana. Then we look and see.
By that time, it's clearly visible.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you wait until Motzi Shabbos. You don't do it during the week.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So we're on page 167 in the middle of section 259. When the new moon summons you to rejuvenate and to a renewed enlightenment before Hashem, when the moon gently shines its light upon you once again, step forward into its presence, purified and exalted, above all declaring Hashem to be the founder and sustainer of the universe and of the laws of the heavenly bodies, and perceiving the heavenly bodies which dispense sensitivity and life as the servants of the one God and as fulfilling his will. Amen. Asher Umamaro.
Oh, this is from the Kiddush Levana.
Oh, right. Right. So link up with the moon's renewal, the import of your personal renewal, and that of the future regeneration of Israel, which has been appointed to bear the gentle, most modest light of the Spirit, and humbly to be the silent instrument to bring mankind upwards and nearer to the divine. submitting meekly to God for all its phases of darkness and night. The Levana Malchuso. The royal moon resolved to use the portion of the benefits perfected in his world scheme, which Hashem has bestowed upon you, only in the pursuit of his will and to the service of Hashem in your active life. Baruch Mechadesh Chadashim. Clinging firmly to this concept, repeat the resolve, imprinting it firmly upon your mind to serve him who is the designer, ordainer, Lord and creator of the moon, as your designer, ordainer, Lord and creator, Ruch Yotzreich. In this elevated frame of mind, you express the wish that as the heavenly bodies complete their orbits eternally and undisturbed because it is the word of Hashem which guides them, so may you submit yourself readily to the word of Hashem and transverse your round of life, sustained throughout by the help of Hashem and lifted above all earthly changes so that no change can come near it and afflict it. Kishem Tipol. In this wish, do not think of yourself alone. Include in it, too, the destiny of your people as a whole and what it holds. David Melech Israel. Be conscious of yourself as a member of the large totality and include in this wish all your brethren. Shalom Aleichem. The thoughtful minded have added scriptural verses rich with meaning, which really only develop the above mentioned thoughts and indeed are their original sources. Kol Dodi. This is Kiddush Halavana.
Wow.
I think our time is up.
Oh, wow.
Very good. All the best to Mayor. Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov to all.
Shvot Tov, Meir. Shvot Tov
Amen.
so much. Shvot Tov, Alan.
Tov.
Kodesh Tov.
Kodesh
Tov.
Tov.
Yeah, Chodesh Tov. See you in a few minutes.